Great is thy faithfulness. Thomas Chisholm was born in a small Kentucky town of Franklin, and he was born in a log cabin in 1866. He never had any formal education, but at age 16 he was already teaching others. He was appointed as a teacher. And by age 21, he was the editor of the local paper, the Franklin Advocate. Over the course of his lifetime, he wrote over 1,200 poems. Pretty impressive, prolific guy. Some of these he sent to his friend and musician, Reverend William Runyon. The story goes that when Runyon first read the words to Great is Thy Faithfulness, he was so very moved, and he prayed for God to help give him the music to convey the importance of this message. The song was first published in 1923 in private hymn pamphlets, but really took off in popularity a few years later. George Beverly Shea was a famous singer, and he sang with the Billy Graham Crusades. And he introduced this hymn to those that attended the evangelistic meetings in Great Britain in 1954. And it immediately became a favorite of many people. Great is thy faithfulness, O God my Father. There is no shadow of turning in thee. Have you ever stopped to think about what you're singing? Wondered about what those words? Do you know what a shadow of turning is? I didn't either. It's kind of a funny phrase. It's a phrase that refers to the tricks your eyes can sometimes play on you. Do your eyes ever play tricks? Do you sometimes have a hard time seeing things in the dark? Do shadows sometimes look strange? Yeah, sometimes shadows look strange. I remember when I was first learning to drive, my dad told me that the most dangerous time of the whole day was dusk. It was getting darker, but it wasn't quite dark yet. It was between light and dark, because your eyes can play tricks on you, and it gets harder to see things, especially like a deer that might be on the road. So you have to be really careful. Let's see. Shadows can make things beautiful that are beautiful look kind of scary. I know sometimes you get nervous with shadows, huh? Do you like the dark, or do you not like the dark?
I like the dark, and I like the dark.
You like it and you don't like it? You like to have a nightlight on, don't you? Yeah. Sometimes light can do things that makes it hard to see. You know, if there's not enough light, it's hard to see things. Like I have to have a special light to read to you at night, an extra light, so I can, like it makes your eyes squint like that. Well, the song says there's no shadow of turning with God, which is to say that there are no shadows. God never looks scary or never disappears from view. God is always there for us. There is no shifting of God's love or God's reliability for us. A lot in our lives has obviously changed in the last 6 months. Do you go to school like you used to go? You do? Not really. Yeah. A lot has changed. It's good to recognize something that's consistent, I think, these days. Something that we can rely on, something that's stable. We're not getting together with family like we used to. We're not going to school or work in the same way. Obviously, we're not attending church in the same way. But this beautiful old hymn, a piece of music so familiar to many lifelong churchgoers, I think is really comforting right now. It's a beautiful song. It's comforting in its familiarity and in its message. That God has not changed. That God still hears our prayers. That God still forgives our mistakes. That God's character hasn't changed. Thy compassions, they fail not. There's a phrase from the book of Lamentations early in the Bible, Lamentations chapter 3. It's the basis for the refrain. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. I can't help but sing the lyric. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. I've always loved that phrase. Every morning, new mercies, new blessings from God. So we should take a moment to think about your life for a minute, to look around and recognize God's mercies, God's blessings. What are some of the things that make you happy? I think you are just, lots of things make you happy. What's your favorite animal?
I have two.
You have two? What are they?
T-Rex and Kitty Cat.
T-Rex and a kitty cat. Kitty cats and T-Rexes make you happy. What's your favorite food? Do you have a favorite thing to eat?
Yes. Shreddy cheese.
Shreddy cheese. You like shreddy cheese. How about your favorite color? You have two favorite colors. What's your...
Rainbow and black.
Rainbow and black. Okay, yeah. You are one of the things that makes me most happy. So take a moment to think about the things that God has blessed you with, the things that bring you joy, and sing with me this morning. Great is thy faithfulness.